name's Eric. I'm animating faces. My own face I'll animate, but also purely fictitious faces created out of bits and bytes. Yeah, okay. Let's demo. I want to get into this pattern I used to have at the start. I'll just demo what I did recently. And then I'll go on to actually working on writing code for my little project here. All right. So demo. Let's go here. Did I leave it broken? I hope I didn't. Okay. So there's a face. It shows different emotions. There's this red markers here inside of the eye socket, which is just some debug information that I collected. Then yesterday, the changes I made, they're a little bit under the hood, but you can see evidence of it working in this place where I'm hovering my mouse over. There's a asset that's used to draw the face called an iris, and inside of an area of a bitmap in that asset, which I'll show in a second, there's a rectangle. This is the sprite sheet. When I talk about the asset, I meant the sprite sheet, so that might be more familiar to some people. So there's this rectangle, and it has got two irises in it, surrounded by a bunch of transparent pixels. And I wanted there to be a fairly automated way of like bringing those assets in and using them correctly. So instead of having the person authoring the asset have to say, here's exactly where the left iris is, here's exactly where the right iris is, I just wanted it to be like a simpler than that. Like you just throw these two things down, separated from each other by transparent pixels. See, all of this is transparent pixels where you see that checkerboard pattern. And an algorithm will analyze the image and pick out the two places where the irises are. And I've done that. There's some code that goes and using some like flood fill style techniques finds here's the iris, and it knows the rectangle, and there's another one for the right iris. I'm going to draw that one just to make sure that that's working too. So I'll go over to anyways, that's my little demo. I'm getting right to it. I don't want to fuck around. Only got like an hour or so before we gotta go cook dinner and all that. Okay, so if I go to not this OBS Web Widgets project, but this other project, got some debug code here that's drawing the left iris. Let's make sure it detected the right iris correctly. And we'll do the right iris, we'll say just right next to the left iris. You know, I kind of hate this image bitmap structure that comes with HTML5. Because the image bitmap structure, its value is that it readies a set of pixels for drawing onto the canvas context, but it strips out any other information that could be useful. Just strips it out. And even some of the things that could be there, like width and height, that wouldn't really cause any trouble to the implementers of it, they're just not there. So anyways, a little mini rant, not helpful to anybody. Let's just have this go, let's say 100 to the right. That'll probably do it. Okay. So yeah, there's the left iris, there's the right iris. So my next job is to draw these two irises inside of the eye sockets. I'll take off this debug information here. And the lids, I think I'll hide the lids so we can see what's going on underneath better. Okay, so this is what it looks like when the lids are not drawn. What I was showing before was the lids all the way closed. There's a masking area inside the socket that the irises will draw underneath. My next job is to get them to draw inside of here. Not too hard, I don't think. But I just jinxed myself by saying that. That was stupid. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I jinx myself? Okay. So, okay, so here's the old line that used to draw the irises. There's enough logic to this that I'm probably better off to throw that in the function. So let's go draw irises. We'll pass in the context, pre-rendered context, left iris, right iris. Okay, there's an area too. Yeah, okay, good. Left iris area, right iris area. And maybe I'll rearrange this a little bit. No, that's good, that's good. Okay, so the lids will stay. Let's go ahead and delete this. Not really using it now. Function. Our irises. Okay, so context, canvas, rendering context 2D. Yep. Left iris, iris info, right iris, iris info. You know what? I could make this simpler. Let's just do draw iris, left iris, bam, like that. And it'll be left iris area, iris area. And you could say, why not put those both into one structure? Left iris area is different per emotion, whereas the stuff that's in iris info is just applies to all emotions. It's constant. Yeah, that suggests maybe I should name them better, but I don't want to mess with that just right now. So here, this is going to be cleaner, I think, if I just go that, and we'll do right over here. There's not a piece of information that's missing, which is my target. Like, what is the iris looking at? I think I'll just clutch something in for now. So let's see. Const. Let's just have it be centered for now. Target x equals 0. Target or target dx 0. Target dy equals 0. Okay. Then I need to get screen coordinates based on the iris area. Const. Okay, let me think. X equals, this should be not left or right, just iris info, iris area. Okay. Iris area, position accords, target dx, target dy. This is going to be x, y, like that. Okay. That's going to be the location of the center point. Context, draw image, and then it's going to be iris data or iris info, iris bitmap. Okay, and then it's x minus iris info. Wait a minute, hold on. Center x and center y. That's not useful, that number that I'm passing there. What I want to do is change those to an offset. But just for the moment, let's just say x plus center, iris info center x, y plus iris info center y, and then that will do something. It'll do something wrong. I do want to see what it did. Okay, it looks like it's out of bounds. If I just take out the center x and y, what do I get? Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. So this is great. This is drawing at the center point, but it's putting it at the top left corner. Or it's drawing like the top left part of the iris starting at the center point, and I need an offset to apply. That's half of the width of the iris and half the height of the iris for x and y, respectively. Okay, not hard. Just need to finish up the work. So we'll come up to iris info. Okay, let's rename this. Okay, center offset. dx number. Center offset dy number. Okay. And nice thing about TypeScript is I can use renaming variables as a way to see where else I need to fix things in the code. So center offset x equals center offset y equals, okay, but this will be width divided by 2, and I'm not sure. Do I want to do negative? I think I do want negative. So just do divided by -2, -2. What? What is the complaint? What's the complaint? Yeah, dx and dy, okay. Okay. Although arguably, I don't need to say delta x if I've already got the word offset there, so let's just simplify the naming. Yeah, I'm using offset without the dx and dy elsewhere, so that's more consistent. Okay, so then if I go down to my draw iris, say X plus iris info center offset X, Y plus iris info center offset Y. Okay, then I come back. I think they're going to be centered. I'm right. Okay, let's go through the motions and see how the eyes do. I think I'm loving about this is it's really dealing with the regular eye sockets correctly, at least with this first emotion. So it found the centroid inside of this eye shape and it just moved the iris right to the center. So it doesn't matter to the code that this eye socket is up a little bit higher than the other, or they're not exactly the same. It finds the right spot to put the iris. So there the iris is actually moved together a little bit. And that is a great cheat in animation. Because if I insisted that, like as they do in real life, the irises would stay a fixed distance apart, this different set of eye sockets would make the eyes look not quite right. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, there they squished out to the left and right. And that's okay. It's very almost Warner Brothers cartoon like, where you just oh hey Mr. Simpson, what do I mean, like storytelling framework? Is it like Scum? Yeah, Scum is it was a system that was built based upon the capabilities of machines at the time, and it still has its charms and uses for sure. The sensibility of my storytelling framework is we can do more now. We can talk to characters over a wider range. And just like how Scum didn't try to come up with like a very complex way of interacting with characters, neither does this system either. But the sensibility behind it is very Scum-like. Let's make a way to talk to characters that's new and different. And it's also intended to work with speech recognition. So I have these data structures called spiels, which assume a character is mostly going to go down in a linear fashion through some things that he or she wants to say. But if you want to interrupt along the way or ask questions, the character will take little detours to cover those areas that you bring up. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but with all the little demos I've created throughout the years, I've seen some positive signs it's going to work out quite well. Yeah, I was glad you brought up Scum. All right, so these guys, they're not doing bad. In fact, I don't see anything I need to change there. I think the next thing I want to do to really test out the range of eye movement that's covered is tie them into mouse movements. Let the eyes follow the mouse movement. Yeah, I'm with you in that camp. I really do love the Lucasfilm games. I got a chance to meet Ron Gilbert and work with him on a voiceover project. Did some demo work for Thimbleweed Park. My actors didn't end up being used in the game. They were only used for some of the early demos, but yeah, it was really cool. So I'm a big fan of that genre, and definitely, the early Lucasfilm games and Grim Fandango and all that. Yeah. I like Thimbleweed a lot. It was very special to me to meet Ron Gilbert as well. So yeah, let me see if I can get the eyes to just kind of follow the cursor around. So for that, I think I need something like you get the mouse pointer position. I think that's just event listener. JS get screen coordinates of mouse. Coordinates of mouse, gain coordinates of mouse, JavaScript. I don't want it on the click. I want it on maybe mouse enter on the backing div, maybe. I mean, I'll ask for a React solution here. Take a look at this little doodad here. Okay, on mouse move. I think I could use React though to do this right. Let me see if I've got the event on it. Let me see. Canvas? I could put it in the canvas. That would be a good one. On mouse move, and we'll just pass in a prop to it. Okay, iProps. And then what's the callback on that? Just do any for now. Okay, so then also let's make it optional. If I make it optional, then I need to say actually, no, if it's optional, I just pass it like this. If it's undefined, nothing will get called. But let's get this on here on mouse move. Okay, so if I do that, go back up to the app screen and set on mouse move on this. Event. Wish I knew what that was. Don't need it though. All right. And then this guy, what's he saying? If you've got the event, then you get event screen X and screen Y. Okay. Let me just console log for now. Event screen X. Maybe this is better. Go bam, bam. Event screen Y. Okay. Let's see. Do I got? Oh, uncut, uncut, uncut. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading X. Okay. Maybe I got the syntax wrong. Oh, screen X, screen Y. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that works. So over here it's at 1012. Over here, yeah, it's getting towards 0. Not all the way to 0. Same if I go up here. Okay, it really is screen as opposed to the area inside of it. Got it. So do I want to use something else. Like there's like a client X and client Y. Let me try client X and client Y. Okay, so here that will take me. No, it's still, I think, the same. JS difference between screen X and client X. Yeah, what's the difference? Okay. Yeah, that wasn't actually a full answer. You did not cover screen X. Okay, relative to the top left of the physical screen monitor. Okay, so basically whether or not you include like the browser Chrome or, okay, this is probably the one I want. Okay. So the other thing would be to just set this. So we'll do let last client X number, last client Y number. Okay, and then oh, I know how to do it. Because I really want 0, 0 to start at the top left of the canvas. So let's do last mouse X, last mouse Y. Okay. And for that, we'll say const, and say last mouse X equals event client X minus is there another one like an inner client X? JS inner client X. I mean, I could get the ref of it. JS mouse over on mouse move, I mean, right? Or is it over? I could get the ref of the element and use it to subtract an offset. Then I would have the point inside of the canvas, but I'm just looking for something simpler. Let's see. Okay, client X and client Y. Okay, movement. Oh, this might be it. Offset X and offset Y. That's probably it. Okay, let's see. Event. x last mouse y equals event offset y. Okay, that will probably do it. Okay, then on the draw canvas, oh, I need a pub sub thing. Okay, got it. Got it. And in that case, okay, I'll use pub sub. No problem. Okay. So let's go topics. Say attention. Okay. Then let's see inside of here. Let's say let's see. I don't even need this. I don't even need this. So let's just go. Just to const x equals event offset x divided by, I'll put some constants there. Canvas constant canvas width. Okay, and then minus half of the canvas width. Canvas half width. Okay, and then y will be the other. Let's call it dx and dy. This will normalize the coordinates to -1 and 1, with 0 being in the middle. This will be y, canvas height. Now later on, like with responsive resizing of the context, I will probably want to do something besides these constants, but it's okay for now. Const canvas width is 500. Canvas half width is canvas width divided by 2. And height. Okay, get rid of that. Down here, this changes to canvas width. And canvas height. Since I'm already cleaning this up a bit with constants, I should probably do pre-render canvas, and I'll give it a more meaningful constant name. Say const max pre-render width equals 1024, max pre-render height equals 1024. Then down here I can do that. Just that name will remind me that I should consider what is the maximum size of things I need to blit into the pre-render canvas. Okay. So let's see, canvas, you already got your own mouse move. Okay, now you need the pub sub, so we'll import publish event. Okay, and then down here, say publish event, topics, attention, and then we'll pass dx and dy. Okay. Now on the I side, I need to update some state. component state. I is component state. Where are you at? Target dx. Target dy number. Okay. Target dx 0. Target dy 0. Okay. And then for draw iris, let's pass in dx and dy. Target dx. Target dy number. What? Why are you complaining about that? Oh yeah, inside. I've got these defined here. Okay, cool. So that fixes that. Draw the iris, and then we pass in target dx and y. Okay. What? What's the issue? Draw iris. 5 arguments. Oh yeah, because you got to pass both. Target dy. Okay. Then inside of my onload, I need to subscribe. Subscribe event. Topics. Attention. Event. Any. Is component state. Target. D. Okay, this will have to be dx equals event dx is component state target dy equals event dy. Okay, like that. There. So that should be the plumbing to take mouse movement events, convert them to this normalized target dx and dy, delta x, delta y. So, and then that targeted number will be translated into the position of the iris. So we'll see how it works. Okay, so when I moved over, it did do a callback and it did affect rendering. So that's pretty good. It just didn't translate to, did not translate to something that caused the irises to be put in the right spot. Okay, so then if I come over here, let me just see what I'm sending. Okay, let me see how well this does. Dx not a number, dy not a number. Okay, so first off, event offset x undefined. Okay. Well, that's unexpected. So offset x and offset y are just undefined, huh? Event. Now. offset y. Okay. Client X is fine. JS on mouse move offset X undefined. He's asking about something different. I'm on Chrome. Okay, I can do that. I mean, that might work just fine, honestly. Because then I could just take I think screen X, event screen X 1010. So you say 1010 divided by 2560 minus 2560 divided by 2. Actually, I think I did this calc wrong, so let's try. Yeah, so that's saying that I am maybe a little bit to the left of the middle when that event fired, and that seems right to me. Okay, so let's calc it that way. Go back to app, and we'll say dx equals screen offset X or screen X, screen Y, and then just reverse a few things here. DX, what are you? Yes. Oh, no, no. Where's the clamping? Oh, because I'm using canvas. Okay, so that's gonna mess it up. Also take that off for now. Okay, so this is gonna be screen width divided by 2, and then screen width. Then we got screen height divided by 2 divided by screen height. What? Was it window, screen width, window, screen height, window, screen height, window, screen height. There it is. There it is. But my canvas, it kind of falls off over here. Like that's the edge of it, so I can't keep going that direction. Okay, it's not bad. It does make me think, like, do I really want the mouse over to be inside the canvas? Maybe I just want to have a div on the whole screen for that. Or the app. What does the app cover? Elements, okay. So there's the root. App covers a large distance. I'll just do it with the app. So if I do that, then I can say or just this div up here. Okay, so I do that. Then I can go out to here. Let's see, what about that? I just, yeah. Then it goes way off to the right, way off to the left. This is really working pretty well. In fact, I think I will just close this developer window just for a little bit. That's not bad. Okay. It's got a few points where it looks janky, I gotta be very honest. Yeah, there might be less charm to this, the irises being disconnected from each other, because there are some cases where they don't look quite right, like one seems out of sync with the other. And that was my intent there, was to make it so that the irises would just do a nicer job of fitting inside the area given to them. But with two extremely irregular areas like this, it's a little... But another thing is, I'm unlikely to have the movements between 2 points happen in this this kind of calculate each point along the way kind of thing. What I'm more likely to do is every once in a while set a new target for the eyes, and then I'll have a separate twinning algorithm that would do the movement from point A to point B. And that would stop a lot of this sort of jiggling around, which doesn't look right. All right, let's keep testing this. That's sad, afraid. Looks pretty good. I'm just picturing the algorithm in my head, though, that would do even better than this. If we said that whatever the offset was of the left eye, the right eye also had to stay constant. And then also constraining the distance that, well, it's just hard to express in words. It's more of a visual idea. So there's these little rays that underneath the hood, they go from the center of the eye point of the eye socket to the edge, and each one has got a length that it measures and said this is the maximum length that the eye can travel in this direction. So if there's a centroid here in the left eye, the distance that it can travel at like a 45-degree angle, top right, is pretty far because the shape of this eye has a corner over here. Whereas in the right eye, if I take that same angle of travel, go 45 degrees, I go a pretty short distance, and then I hit like this part here. So if you see me starting out with these guys kind of in the middle, and then I go up at a 45-degree angle, they both travel up 45 degrees, but the one on the left will travel a greater distance because it has a greater distance it can move. But what I can do instead is say, no, your offset for either eye is going to be fixed. It's going to be shared between the two. But I calculate for all these little tracers that go out to check how far to the perimeter. I say we'll just use the shorter of the two. We'll use the shorter of the two, and that would mean that this eye here won't be able to go up as far because the constraint will be based upon the distance that this one on the right can move. It can go up a little ways to the right, so therefore the one on the left, even though it could maybe go further up, it'll be constrained by how far the one on the right can go. So I think that will be like a necessary next step to add that to the algorithm. Let's keep on looking at these. So that's afraid. Let's go to evil. Pretty different eye shape for evil. It's doing pretty good about following the contour, I'll say that. It's doing pretty good. Pretty damn good. It's also kind of fun to play with this, to be honest. Yeah. I should probably put this on GitHub this weekend and make it so it just publishes to a web page, and other people can fuck around with it too. Okay. So that's evil. Suspicious. Wow. This is making me happy. There's like a few things that I know I want to fix, but for a lot of math that I did over the last couple of days, it actually is turning out very close to what I envisioned without a lot of bugs along the way. So this is good. This is great too. Like, I'm just thinking from an authoring standpoint. What I used to do was define a rectangle that the iris could move inside. But I would always need to be so pessimistic, not pessimistic, but like lowest common denominator across all the emotional expressions. And also I had to make it so that the rectangle fit inside of the traversable area, but across all the emotions. So it would just shrink that rectangle. Now, since I've got this automatic detection of the actual movable space inside the eye socket for the iris, I can use that as the basis, and I don't have to author that anymore. So that's a big win. Okay. It's like playing blackjack. I like to end the session on an accomplishment, but if I try too many things, I'll go past my time. So I've got till 6. So I want an accomplishment or a mission I can complete in the next 40 minutes. I think I'll say hit me, and I will try to finish the code that will set the traversable distance based on the smaller of the two eyes. Okay, don't need this. That's really cool. Glad that worked. Okay. Okay, so if I go to eyes, left iris area. Okay, so that's okay. So let's add to the iris area something that will I don't even know the name of it yet. I'm going to struggle on that a little bit. I think export a function. What's the word I'm looking for? Try constrain iris angle distances. Constrain to lowest common angle distance. Left iris area. Right iris, iris area. Okay. I could also make this like a, can I do a static function? Can I do that? I don't think I can. No, like the way to do it is the way to do it would be by making a function off of the class. You could say iris area sumfunc equals, then define the function, but that's not really helpful. Let's put that. The thing I'm struggling with a tiny bit is performing this operation without exposing the angle distances, but they're not so precious. And also, okay, if I say constrain I think if I just pass in one to the other iris area, then I should have access to the private members of both just by virtue of it being inside of the same class. Okay, so then inside of here, we say for let angle I equals 0, angle I less than angle index count. Okay, and plus angle I. Say if this angle distance is angle I is less than other iris angle distance is angle I, then other iris gets shortened. Angle I. Otherwise, shorten this angle distance. That's not bad. Yeah, let's go back to eyes. And we'll say left iris, constrain to lowest common angle distance, right iris area. There we go. Okay, let's see how that does. See, already the eyes are moving much more evenly. Like, I may not even need to do that other stuff I was talking about. Hey, DZ! Let's just test these out. Yeah. It's too late for you, man. It's like 2:27 a.m. for you. Okay, I think I might have fixed this. That's working really well. Yeah. Well, I'm jealous of you and your vacation. I might have to set up my own vacation. Okay, that's sad. Here's afraid. They all have different eye shapes. Yeah, so the thing I'm just a little bit proud about for the eye movement is the area that the irises move over is automatically detected from the underlying bitmap. So these irregular eyes are these shapes. They've got like a geometric definition around the whole shape that will allow the irises to move into them. It's not just a rectangle. Let's see, what's that? Amused? Yeah, it's amused. Happy. Thinking. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So I think you caught me pretty close to a stopping point. Because it's at that weird moment where I've got some time left before I've got to go make dinner and everything, but like it's before I might just go grab a new. It's not enough time to get like a big task done, you know. So yeah, I might take off here pretty quick. I just hate leaving a task midway finished at the end of a session. I should probably get over that at some point, but for now it seems to be the magic formula for getting me to do regular work in small amounts of time. Yeah. So it's like I can change that. I can change that probably. But it worked really well for me, that stupid rule. That stupid rule worked so well for me over the last 4 years when I was making the God Killer. Because it was kind of like my brain would chase after the rush of completing a task and get a type of satisfaction that I don't normally get at work. At work, you're having stuff pulled out of your grasp all the time. And something about making the evening work always result in a win, which is very satisfying and motivates me to keep going. So I don't know. I might stick with old tricks on that one. But yeah, I am pretty happy right now because this is like a bunch of geometric code that I was writing over the last couple of days and it just worked. There's little tracers that are drawn from the center point of first the centroid of the eye is detected programmatically, and then from the centroid it shoots out little scan lines to see where is the edge of this eye socket. It does that once after the load, and then it just holds that data inside of a data structure. So I'm kind of wallowing in that for a tiny bit. Anyways, I think I'm going to take off here. Yeah, thanks for swinging by. You too. Catch you later, DZ. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stop stopping it. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream.